yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunrise on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. You must give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Oh, love is born in fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you're ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It will be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. You must give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Good morning. Let's begin our service by standing and singing two songs. They're in your bulletin. We're going to sing Right Where I Belong and go right into It's in Every One of Us. Look at this glorious morning. Why ask for anything more? I follow where my heart leads. Walk through that open door. I've always been a seeker, felt I was alone. Now in this room full of smiling faces, I know I've found my home. This is where joy lives. This is where love is. This is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. Oh, 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 Here in this space I'm accepted. I'm welcome just as I am. I'm ready to be inspired, to reach out a helping hand. This is a new beginning. I trust in the mystery. Now that my heart is opened, there's no place I'd rather be. Why? This is where joy lives. This is where love is. This is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. This is where joy lives. This is where love is. This is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. Oh, 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 oh. I am right where sing It's in Every One of Us, and you sound really great this morning. Let's hear it. We might even dance a little to this one. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us to be free. Find yourself, be all that you can be. We can all know anything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us, here and now. It's in every one of us, here and now. Here and now. I'm just going to stay here.
In the beginning was the One presence of the undivided and unmanifest, pure spirit of life, light, and love. In its generosity, it shared itself, its consciousness, and its love in the visible form of creation. We acknowledge this presence within us as us. The creative energy of the divine feminine and masculine expressing in all of our giftedness and creativity. We acknowledge this in our companion Mother Earth and in all sentient beings. This universal presence in everything we call the Christ. We light this candle as a visible reminder of the Christ presence, expressing in, as, and through us in this present moment now. It is the truth. Let us own it. Welcome, everybody, to Unity of Bellingham this morning. A reminder of our mission. We are a joyful, evolving spiritual community committed to spiritual practices, compassionate service, and living on purpose. Today, our music ministry welcomes Marcia and Kate. So happy you're here with us today. Is there anybody joining us today for the first time? If you would like to raise your hand, we'd love to give you a special welcome. It looks like we all know each other this morning. All right. And let's take a moment to greet those who've joined us online. If you want to take a look at the camera, we're going to say hello to you. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this morning. And now let's take a few minutes to greet each other. Okay, I got to remember to come back for this. I get a little lost out there. Okay. All right. Well, as we settle back into our spaces, let's feel the spirit of love moving through us as we take a moment to breathe in and gently pause. And please join me in saying our 5 principles. God is good and present in all things. The holiness of God is my own true nature. I am creating my experiences by how I think. My thinking is guided by my daily affirmative prayers and affirmative actions. I follow and am sustained by these values in every way, every day, and so it is.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
From this place of love, we pause for a few moments to think of those we would like to support in prayer. When I think of prayer, I think that it is the most accessible, powerful, loving gift we can give. It's not limited by money, time, availability. It's endless. It's at our fingertips at any moment. No need to order, pack up and mail, wait for the arrival. It's at our disposal any moment in time. What a powerful gift we can offer to others. Think of that for just a moment, the power in your gift of prayer. So let's think for a few moments who in our lives that we know who could benefit from the energy of prayer right now. Or what circumstance or situation could we see shifted into a more loving, spacious, free space? So I invite you to say the names of those people or hold them in your heart in silence as we take a moment to send our love, our blessings, and our prayers. And I'm going to read a short reading from the Daily Word, which is praying for others. And the affirmation is, I pray, trusting Spirit to know what is best for those for whom I pray. I'll read that one more time, and then let's say it together. I pray, trusting Spirit to know what is best for those for whom I pray. Together, I pray, trusting Spirit to know what is best for those for whom I pray. I pray for others by affirming their highest good. I release the idea that I know the right answer or outcome and confidently place all in God's care. Peace enfolds me when I place my faith in the Christ's essence and power within others to heal, comfort, prosper, and guide them. As I pray for others, I also pray for my own understanding and faith to be quickened, so that I may be a calm and reassuring presence. If I become tempted by fear and worry, I remind myself that my energy is best used for positive, faith-filled thoughts, words, and feelings. I release and redirect my attention as needed, knowing I am keeping the high watch for those I hold in prayer. And from Philippians, I thank my God every time I remember you, constantly praying with joy in every one of my prayers for all of you.
Amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You will do amazing things.
Isn't that great? Yeah, that was our ordination song. Yeah, Michael Gott came to Unity Village and sang that for us. And I just heard it differently than I never heard it before. It's funny. You know, it's like doing these amazing things and thinking of these sort of giant, efforts. And he talks about sometimes it's just having fun. Something just sinking into spirit as spirit leads in the day-to-day activities. I thought some days maybe even waking up on a Saturday and having a long day with maybe not a lot of commitments. And in that peace and that quiet, what amazing things we can still do. And so what day is not available to us to do amazing things? What day doesn't count? They're all available to us. Just sitting in the connection to spirit, sitting in that resonant space where we know in that energy, in that resonant space, when our mind is connected with divine mind, with spirit's connected to spirit, when we're in that energetic place where we go, yes, here's the amazing things that are for me to do. Oh, I love that song. I think you've heard it so different. This isn't my talk. I'm just loving that song. But the talk today is about prayer. And I wanted to tell you a couple stories, maybe a few, and maybe weave them all together. And then we're going to talk about prayer and prayer at Unity of Bellingham. So there's a story, and it comes from the book of Samuel. And the Samuel comes, just to give you a little historical context, right at the end of the book where they talked about how in ancient Israel we had these people called judges. And so when there was an issue or something to be decided or something to be understood, the people would go to these people called judges, considered wise people, and say, what do we do in this situation? But you see, each of the judges, I keep reading through all of them, like each one has a different power. We talk about the different unity 12 powers, like Samson has this representation of the power of strength, and Eli this power of the power of power, the power to be able to speak. And our story picks up at the time where Eli is the judge, and it's coming into a time where the final judge of Israel is a guy named Samuel, who really represents this energy of wisdom and understanding. And it leads into there. Finally, the next stage is the king of Israel, and it comes into ultimately David, which represents this evolution of consciousness. These different powers of the human being, these different energies that all of us have, keep getting demonstrated through these stories, through these books of Judges. And it shows that each of the power, what it can do, what its benefit is, how it shows up to do amazing things. And it also shows that there's a shadow side to each of these powers. So to be careful, to use all of our powers wisely. And eventually it culminates in the reign of David in Jerusalem, where the power, this energy moved up into this early representation of a Christ figure, the fullness of all the powers acting in our lives. So the story picks up with a woman. Her name is Hannah. And Hannah goes with her husband, Eknoth, and they go to Shiloh. Shiloh was where the ark was. Shiloh was the place you would go on pilgrimages. It wasn't yet that we went to Jerusalem, that high state of consciousness, that city of peace, that city up on a hill. We're still moving in consciousness in this story. We're still evolving. We're still learning. They go to Shiloh, which isn't quite that high exalted place, but it's a good place. And there was the ark, and they're in this movement of learning. And by the way, I'm telling you this story, and you think, oh, this is a story of something that happened 1,500 years ago. Yeah, historically. But who's the story about? We know this. It's about all of us. It's about elements of our own lives that are unfolding in our own internal consciousness. We're talking about our own internal Hannah energy. This person who goes up to the temple with her husband. Now, her husband had another wife who had a lot of kids and kept poking fun at Hannah, saying, I have pleased my husband with kids and you don't got any. She was kind of cruel. We didn't like her, yeah. But anyhow, Hannah comes along and she goes to the front of the temple where the ark was. And there's a man, Eli, one of the judges, is sitting watching her. And over she goes with this prayer. I want to have a child because I want to dedicate it to God. It's a little different. When the other wife goes forward, she goes, I want to have a child because I want to make my husband happy. But Hannah goes, I want to have this child because me and my husband together want to make this a dedication to the divine. Do you see that subtle energy shift? I'm bringing my prayer forward, not only because it's good for us, it's good for me and my husband, but it's good for everybody. It's good for the nation. It's good for Israel, and it's pleasing to the divine. How can my prayer be heard in a way that's powerful? Because in the end, the prayer is not just for me, but I see it expanding to be the good of the all. And there's this wonderful part in the story, and this comes from the Judges, where she continued praying before the divine. And then Eli, the judge, observed her mouth. Hannah was praying silently. Only her lips moved, but her voice, it wasn't heard. And therefore Eli thought she was drunk. So Eli said to her, how long will you make a drunken spectacle of yourself? Put away your wine. But Hannah answered, no, my lord, I am a woman deeply troubled. I haven't drunk wine nor strong drink. I'm just pouring out my soul before God. And then Eli answered, okay. Go in peace then. The God of Israel will grant you the petition you have made. And then the woman went away, and then she ate and she drank with her husband, and her countenance was sad no longer. And they rose early the next morning, and they worshiped, and then they went back from Shiloh to the house in Ramah. And Elkanah, the husband, knew his wife Hannah. The Lord remembered her, and in due time Hannah conceived and bore a son that she named Samuel. And what's interesting about that is, think about this. She's there praying, and you wonder, okay, she's saying a prayer, it's all good. She was so, and you can do a Wikipedia search, intoxicated in spirit. She showed up in such a way with so much emotion, with so much energy, with so much connection, with so much fervor, and saying, I really want to connect, I really want to do this thing, I really want to be available to the divine energy, and I want to have a son, not just for me, not just for my husband, so this person I can dedicate to the Spirit, to the work of God, to the work unfolding in my life. This child, this prayer can go forth and do amazing things. And she got so giddy, Eli goes, dude, you're drunk. She wasn't drunk. She was just, She was connected, right? She was feeling the energy. She was alive in the Spirit. She goes, I'm here. I'm connecting with God. And Eli, the judge, goes, whoa, dude, okay, it's going to happen. It'll happen. Go, you're done. You did it. Prayer answered. Prayer answered. The judge, the prayer is answered. And she went home and you read all the parts before this, she was always sad, she was moping around, I feel so bad, and her husband's always going, it's gonna be okay, we're good, I'm not mad at you. And she goes, yeah, but there's something more. And now she's happy, she's relieved, because she is in the state of energy that her prayer has been heard, her prayer has been answered. And it was only later that she connects with her husband in the story. And then, of course, it's 9 months later before she actually has Samuel. But she didn't have to wait 9 months plus all the time before she conceived to know that the truth of it was her prayer had been answered. She connected. And the judge energy, that power energy, Eli, the power that says, your prayer is heard, it is done. But it is done still took in spiritual time, it was done. In world time, it took a while before all the results finally showed themselves, right? Two different things. The spiritual time, it is done. She ate, she drank with her husband, she was satisfied, she was happy, her countenance changed. You almost feel like her countenance, not like, oh, she was mopey before, now she's happy. It's like her countenance changed, her very sense of being. Like, people are like, whoa, what happened to you? Something's changed, something happened. Some amazing thing has happened to you, and now you get it, and her whole life transformed. And not only that, what was the prayer? The thing you say, we pray today knowing that it is done. And we may not even know the end result of our prayer. We don't know how that's going to unfold and unwrap and unravel over the next days or months or years or lifetimes. We can have no idea of the power from a prayer rightly and wonderfully connected to the divine in that connection of our mind to divine mind, our spirit to divine spirit. We're in alignment and we're connected, how that's going to unfold over the long run. And Eli saw that. And so anyhow, he says, go for it. This is going to be good. Now, Eli's all happy because what happens? She has a son, Samuel. And some years later, she brings Samuel back to Eli and says, train him. He's yours to train. He's on this path to be like you, Eli, and he becomes what is then essentially the last judge of Israel before David. He's the one that anoints David. He's the one that calls for David. He's the one with the insight, this deep wisdom to pull forward this next stage and the evolution of Christ consciousness. Because of a prayer done way over here, it unfolds way over here, and the Christ consciousness on the way. It's evolving, it's moving, it's in its path, it's evolving in its right time. But it all started with this prayer of intoxicated connection to spirit of Hannah that shows up eventually as Samuel. Oh, and it gets better. Well, that's pretty good. But then Samuel is with Eli, the judge, and he's a young guy, and he's sort of the apprentice. And he's sitting there one day, and it's late at night, it's dark. And you know that energy when it's just, you're there, and it's quiet, and it's dark, and it's a beautiful evening, and you're just in that place of connected. And Samuel hears, Samuel. So he runs into Eli. He goes, yeah, you called me. What is it? He goes, oh, I'm asleep, man. I didn't call you. Go back to bed. So Samuel goes back to bed, and he's laying there, and he's in that peace. He's in that quiet spot. He's in that, we talk about night and deep, and you can think of it this energy of the spiritual practice of going to the silence, going to that quiet place, going to that place of resonance, and he hears it again, Samuel. So he runs back to Eli. He goes, what is it? And he goes, I didn't call you. Go back to bed. This happens a third time. And finally, the fourth time, he hears, Samuel, Samuel. And he runs in, and he sees the Eli, and he says, it's not me. The divine Spirit is calling you. Listen to that. Next time Spirit calls, he says, go back and ask him, speak, Master, for your servant is listening. And so Samuel went, and he went back, and he laid down in his place. Now, God came and stood there. What does that mean? God came and stood there. Imagine you're in your room, and all of a sudden you look up and like, there's God. I mean, that's pretty powerful. God came and stood there. Samuel, Samuel. And he said, because Eli taught him this, speak, Master, for your servant is listening. And then God said to Samuel, I'm about to do something in Israel that will make both ears of anybody who hears tingle. About to do something in Israel that'll make both ears of anybody who's listening to tingle, And so once again in the story, you have a person who's in the first one you had Hannah who goes through the stage of feeling like she's drunk. And here's a different way of prayer where Samuel is in this deep place of deep quiet, deep listening. He's like, I hear someone calling, what is it? What is it? And he tosses the magic, goes, no, just go listen in that deep quiet of the night to connect. And he hears his name. Speak, your servant is listening. And it was almost as if the divine was in the room with him, like standing there. Can you imagine? Yes, you can imagine. I know many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, oh, there it is. And God's saying, listen. Your ears are going to tingle when I tell you what I got to tell you. You want to know what God told him? There's 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. There's 2 books of it, and you can go read all the things that happened, all the things that happened through Samuel because of his connection in prayer. And we see this, that sometimes this prayer connection is one of, like with Hannah, exuberance. And sometimes it's a connection in the silence and the quiet. But in both cases, it was a connection of where full emotional energy was involved. It wasn't heady. It was like, I'm going to pray and I'm going to think about this and I'm going to write it down. It's all going to be this perfect formulaic prayer. It was like deep in their soul, whether it was one of exuberance or one of silence. The prayer still was manifested in the world because of a heart connection, because of a heart connection. And one more story, because I always love these stories. Go forward a couple thousand years to something a little more contemporary, something happened just some hundreds of years ago with one of my favorite teachers, someone who's always inspired me, a guy named Francesco. We know him as Francis of Assisi. And his good friend, his dear friend Chiara of Assisi. We call them Francis and Claire of Assisi. And these two were really like contemporaries that kept inspiring each other and moved each other. And they had this deep, friendship. But they were always sort of separate because they never wanted to give the appearance of impropriety. So Francis always had this sense of like, oh, you stay over there with the sisters and I'm going to stay over here. But there was always this energy that seemed to pull them together. And so Claire kept saying, Francis, you need to come and have a meal with me. You need to come a meal. I need you. You're my, you've inspired me so much, like my spiritual guide, come. And so he said, okay, well, I'm not going by myself. I'll bring a bunch of the brothers and we'll go. And then Claire will be there with all the sisters. And they went to this little town, this little place, this little chapel called Porta Uncolo. I don't know what that means. Everyone knows Italian. Porta Uncolo. I guess it's right there down the hill by Assisi. And so the brothers, Francis went in and Claire was there, and there was this really excitement, and they were finally all together, and the friends joined together, and there was this huge outpouring of affection and love with these people. They were so excited about what each other was doing. They started sharing stories, and they cooked a simple meal. And they said, let's just sit here and do a prayer of gratitude. Just this sense of like, man, we're just so happy to see each other. We're just so happy to be in each other's presence. And they just did this prayer of gratitude. And as the story goes, the people up in Assisi looked down and they thought there was a fire in the valley. And they had these old fire brigades and they all ran down with buckets and they were going to go put out the fire. When they got there, they just found out there's no fire. It was just this heartfelt sense they got when they went to Porta Uncolo. And they got there and everyone was just sort of overwhelmed with this energy of love. Once again, a prayer energy that wasn't about heady energy. It was just about, in this case, about friendship, about a prayer that's about, my prayers, we're just so grateful to be together. All these different ideas of prayer, all these different great, powerful stories about what it means to pray. And all of them have one common element, that they were prayers of the heart. They were prayers of deep felt emotion. Gratitude, relief, love, in the place of silence, in the place of connection, in the place of being willing to abandon and allow and let go and see what the divine would have to flow through us in powerful ways and in surprising ways that we can never come up with for ourselves. We just couldn't come up with it. But opening up and allowing the energy and that emotional energy of spirit to come in made all the difference. And so today, we have a chance to look at prayer we've looked at it through the ages, but we also know prayer of our own hearts. The times we've sat and we've done, many classes about the power of prayer. Not a prayer of petition, not of like, well, here's my list, here's what I want, but a prayer of how do I state the truth? How do I affirm the truth of this divine energy that is the reality of my soul? The prayer that says, this is the truth, this is my relationship. I am going to sit here in this prayer where my mind coordinates with divine mind, where my soul can be in harmony with divine soul of the universe, where source energy can be the very energy of our lives. And we connect with that. And it's the transforming power of prayer. To give us what we wanted, maybe in some ways. Or maybe we never know exactly what's going to unfold, like with Hannah. Never know exactly what's going to unfold. Who is this guy, Samuel? Samuel never knowing exactly what's going to unfold, that he's ushering in the Christ energy. Francis and Claire never knowing exactly what would unfold. All they know is there was an explosion of love energy that transformed the world. As a matter of fact, transformed the world. And to this day, these stories of Francis and Claire still, touch people deeply, touch me deeply, still transforming the world hundreds of years later. Why? Because they stood in that prayer energy that just wasn't about them. It was about something bigger, and that gratitude and that loving space. So we like prayer. We know prayer. We've experienced prayer. And today, we want to have a special dedication to prayer in our community, in our ministry, but specifically by doing a dedication ceremony for our 3 chaplains. So at this point, I'm going to ask Helga, Janae, and LM to come forward. Thanks, you guys. So let me introduce you. These are our 3 prayer chaplains, and they all 3 attended a 3-day training along with the chaplains at Seattle Unity at the Islandwood Retreat Center on Bay Bridge Island. Their training involved prayer practice, and bonding with the other Unity chaplains in the region. And this was, by the way, a 3-day training they went to. The training was facilitated by the chaplain trainers from Seattle Unity, following the Unity curriculum developed by Unity Minister Leilani Burt of the Light and Love Ministries. So the prayer chaplains, let me say this. In the book of Samuel, which we talked about, God calls the prophet Samuel multiple times. And when Samuel realizes the voice of God, then Samuel responds, "Speak, Master, for your servant is listening." So this morning, we are recognizing each of you, for you have said to Source Divine, "Here I am, your servant is listening." Heeding the call to be a prayer chaplain means you are first willing to participate in the 24 hours of training. In addition, you've committed to the following things: a daily spiritual journey based on love, faith, prayer, and gratitude. You've committed to demonstrate an active commitment to our spiritual center and our ministry's principles and beliefs. You've committed to hold a spiritual space of possibility for others and yourself, knowing and trusting that God is in charge. You've committed to prayer, both for yourselves and with others. You've committed to lovingly be a listener. You've committed to having and demonstrating a genuine interest in the well-being of congregants and each other, the other prayer chaplains. And you've committed to hold all that is shared with you in great confidence. And so, if you are willing now to serve as prayer chaplain at Unity of Bellingham, please reply, "I will," to the following questions. Are you willing to accept this commitment and dedication? Are you willing to remember to open a space for God no matter what? Are you willing to do your best to stay prayed up? You guys can all think of this yourselves. Are you willing to support the other members of the prayer chaplain team? Are you willing to practice self-care? That's a good one. Okay. Well, having made your commitment, let me just start one by one. So Helga, in gratitude for your commitment to the ministry, prayer chaplain ministry of Unity of Bellingham, please wear this stole as a sign of your commitment to the prayer chaplain ministry. And Janae, in gratitude for your commitment to the prayer chaplain ministry at Unity of Bellingham, please wear this stole as a sign of your loving commitment. And LM, in gratitude for your commitment to the prayer chaplain ministry of Unity of Bellingham, please wear this stole as a sign of your loving commitment. And now the prayer chaplains will say a prayer together as a way of affirming their commitment to this ministry.
Just speak into it.
She's the boss.
I'm the boss. I am. Oh, I forgot.
Lord, make me
An instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life.
Our prayer chaplains for 2023.
We're going to sing to them. It's in your bulletin. Blessing to the world. You are. You are the heart. You are the hands. You are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are. We are the heart. We are the hands. We are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Claim it. I am. I am the heart. I am the hands. I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world.
Let's all
You
stand up
are.
now and bless our chaplains.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and all you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. Is a blessing to the
Thank you so much for that energy. Oh my God. Thank you for the love. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How beautiful. So beautiful. What a blessing. Well, I invite the ushers to come forward now. As they come forward for our offering, we know abundance is our divine inheritance. Giving is our gift of love and appreciation. We always appreciate your support, your generosity in support of this ministry that we are creating together. This includes each of you with us in person, as well as all of those of you who join us online. So as you take your offering to your heart, affirm quietly to yourself, I give freely and joyfully, for God is my source, and I have abundance in all areas of my life. Please join me in saying our offertory blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in God's image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. So let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do, God's infinite love will prove more than enough, more than enough, more than enough.
And so we bless these gifts with so much gratitude. And we know this energy of this flow of sharing will support us in the Unity's ministry and mission here in Bellingham for Unity worldwide. And we also accept these gifts with gratitude, knowing that they support peace on our planet. And so it is. Amen. Okay, so a few announcements. Some of these are repeats, but that's okay. Because on September 9th, which isn't only it's a month away, you'll see Jay Scott is passing out little invitations. He's in the back. He's got a stack of them, and he's waving them around. And if you haven't gotten your invitation to his, what birthday is this? 80th birthday party at the water slides, be sure you get the information. I know. Talk about biggies. This is great. So it's out at the water slides at Birch Bay. I drove by there the other day. It looked like a fun place. Yeah. It's cool. Is it? Yeah. We'll be there. A lot of stairs. Good. So come get your exercise and do water slide things, and we'll have fun. And it's a potluck. And anyhow, all the information's on this blue card. Be sure you get one. Put it on your calendar. Save the date. And that's for J. Scott 80th. Okay. Also, October 14th, and this is in your bulletin, it's on the site. You want to mark it on your calendar. The Harvest Moon auction and concerts. We're going to have music. We're going to have auction items. We're going to start giving sneak peeks on these items first part of September so people can start seeing a lot of the great stuff we already have saved. I know I've been calling a lot of people going, hey, I got a good idea of what you might want to do for the auction. But anyhow, and you might have other good ideas yourself. So think in terms of, different fun gift baskets, or if you have for example, you get a massage and you really like that masseuse and they want to donate an hour massage, different kinds of things like that for the auction. We might be already, believe it or not, we've got so many things that have been donated already, we're almost pushing the limit, but there's still room for more. So if you got a good idea for something you want to put into the auction, let us know and start saving your money, because I already see so much stuff I'm going to bid on myself. But anyhow, it's going to be fun. Plus, there's going to be some great music. It's going to be a nice night out. And October, what did I say? October 14th. Put on your calendars. It's going to be a hoot. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, okay, so the other thing is, since this is first Sunday of August, who's got a birthday in August? If you have an August birthday, please come forward. Yes, Janae, come on up. And others. Who else has an August birthday? Please come forward. Oh, Vicky Joe, she missed it. Okay, well. And Rosemary, woo! Come on, guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. God God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you are wonderful. God is blessing you now.
Also, wait, Janae, wait 1 second. You guys sit down, but since you have a 60th birthday, we had something that the board kind of pitched in. And Malin, as a representative of the board, would like to let you know what we have. Or I could repeat it. A day of fun shopping. Dakota Arts and Village Books. Do we know her? Enjoy. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, we have it's kind of a quilt. I don't know, I guess you call it it's a quilt, but it's not like quilt because there's multiple pieces. This is all one piece with how many stitches, Dyann? 220,000, you said? How many? 500,000 stitches went into make. This is all one piece. It's not multiple pieces. All these different things you see, that's all done with hand quilting stitching by Dyann Castro-Wehr. Oh, yeah. Machines quilted stitches. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this has been hanging in the chaplain's room. So as an extra bonus, if you go in today's chaplain, who's going to be chaplain today? They're looking at each other. One of these guys, they both will be. We have them, they've been acknowledged. Yeah. Helga or LM will be. And again, today we've talked about prayer and the power of prayer. And, again, we go in and we open up and we say, here's where my energy, here's when I'm connected, here's my desire to connect in a deeper way. Here's what's on my mind, here's what's flowing through me. And none of us could ever know what that prayer today will manifest into not only our own future, but the future of our families, our friends, the world, our city. I mean, allow the prayer to go forth. But the most important thing is share the prayer. Share the prayer. Because in all cases, with Hannah, with Francis, with Claire, with Samuel, they shared their prayer. They did it silently, then they brought it forward with others. So take advantage of the fact we have these wonderful, well-trained, and we've all experienced their beautiful prayer chaplains. And they'll be back right here in the room in the side after service for prayer. And finally, first Sunday, it's a potluck Sunday. And I've seen already in the fridge, there is some great food. So please stick around. We'll need people helping set up. And of course, we need people to help clean up at the end, which is even as important. So for those two little caveats. And other than that, and during cleanup, let's just have, what was the song said? Amazing things? Sometimes they happen when we're just having fun. So let's just have some fun. Yes?
We just need a lot of help moving the chairs on this side off to the side
Yep.
so we can set dining tables.
Okay.
Just on this side.
She's saying move the chairs over here off to the side, and then we'll put the tables over here, okay? Okay, we're on it. You're welcome.
Let's sing. All good, all good. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All love, all love. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, holy. You sound so good. Let's sing all one. All one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is one, holy, holy. Keep it going with all God. octave atop with all good and a big finish. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. Let me know all is good, holy, holy.
All good, so good. So as we move to complete our service today, let's join together in saying our prayer for protection, and we do include everyone, everywhere. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you have a blessed week, and hope to see you afterwards at the potluck as well. So let's form a circle, and we're going to sing I Choose Love.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are all part of each other. We are one. One loving family sharing one son. I choose love. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are all part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one.